Here's a quick video of Asher. He's going crazy because there's a kitty that lives down there, isn't there, Asher? And gosh, you guys, we've had, look at him. We've had such big wins with Asher, but he's the only one on the video. Asher, look over here. Yesterday he jumped up on here. It was so cute. What's in there? What's in there? You looking for the kitty? Okay. Anyway, you guys, yeah, so I'm so proud of Asher. I can't even believe it, especially with like all the haters in our own breed. He has so many fans in other breeds. And why does he have fans? I'm going to take a minute to talk about what I believe is the classic breed type of the Staffordshire Bull Terrier, because sadly there's just so much propaganda, and really it's very thinly veiled, you know, in everybody's attempt when it's not their dog or the dog they think is perfect, which again, sadly, I do want to say for the most part is going to be a black dog. They'll throw in a pied and a red occasionally, but God forbid a blue, even though it's allowed in the standard. And again, I understand in England why they're more cautious, because it's been a problem there. This way, buddy boy. Don't get these cute flowers. We're in UC Davis, and it's beautiful here. And we're, Asher's not even entered these next 2 days, but I'll go back to the breed type thing in a minute, but he got two Group 3 placements, which is huge in the Terrier group. Then he got an owner-handled Group 2, and yesterday from a wonderful judge, Miss Evelyn Gregory. Her dad, I found out, was Joe Gregory, who also really liked Asher and actually saw him as a puppy and told me he loved his face. But he, so that was a really touching kind of story. She gave us a Group 1 in a huge owner-handled group at the end of the year of getting points, which I had no idea Asher was even close to being ranked. I mean, I thought he might be in the top 10 owner-handled, but I happened to look at the statistics a couple of months ago, and he was in number 2 position, and then when they were updated, he became number 3 position, and number 1 position is Iggy. So I thought, God, that'd be incredible for Asher, who was 4 years in a row the number 1, and then 1 year number 2, and then this year I wasn't planning to even pay attention, and found out he was, I mean, a friend in the Australian Terriers said she was watching and following him, and I didn't even know. But anyway, he might end up number 2 after this weekend, and if not, I'll be thrilled with even number 3 or tied for number 2. I'm not trying to be greedy, but who cares? I mean, it's an honor beyond belief that he could do that. And this also, those group placements pulled him way up in the breed rankings. And the bottom line is, I don't tell anybody of the judges how old he is, and the judge was shocked last night after judging when I told her, because his teeth look so perfect. And I do want to put a plug in for Milk Bone brushing chews, you guys. That's practically all I use. But anyway, what was I going to say? Well, actually, let's look for squirrels. Oh, so let me give you a minute to talk about breed type. If only I brought a cookie, I could pose him. But look, I don't think I need to, because he's looking for squirrels. So let's have him okay, look. Right here, he has a gorgeous pump-handled tail that he isn't putting down. But look at his beautiful angulation. Hocks well let down, a gorgeous solid top line. His head is what we would call an older style head, meaning that he has a longer, stronger muzzle, which is, again, right in the standard. If you read the standard for his head, he's got an absolute perfect 2/3 to 1/3 ratio. His head is pretty as Iggy's head. No, like a couple people might refer to it, and they're not wrong to say it's more on the coarse side. But again, this is a breed that I think is quite gorgeous, but do they have to be super pretty? No. And so, but he is, I mean, I think so handsome. But look, he's got the cleave down his forehead, which is also a hallmark of the breed. But what makes up breed type to me is that you have a dog right there that looks strong and powerful for its size. That's the first sentence of the standard. The second things that make up breed type to me are when you hold well, this isn't the second thing, but this is a test of breed type, is if you were to hold watch, Ashy, you good boy. Yeah, you were to hold a flashlight up against a wall, dark wall, and do a silhouette test, what the deceased Pat Hastings is classically called the classic type test of breed type. You see a dog that would resemble a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, not what you're seeing sometimes these days, one that would resemble a smooth fox or a rat terrier or something. No, oh good boy. I'm going to pick up his poop in a sec here, but I think I can do it in the still video. Anyway, you see a dog that looks exactly like Asher. He could just be a silhouette or a cutout or a sticker for the breed. But wait a minute, Ashy. So that's the hallmark of breed type. Okay, wait a minute, buddy. Look at this. And then I'm going to pick that up, but I'm going to talk again too. He also has perfect feet. He's got so many incredible virtues, and the judges recognize this because they read the standard, and other people in other breeds recognize it too. But again, the haters, and a perfect bite, beautiful dark round eyes. I mean, and beautiful, you can't see it right here. Again, people criticize the heck out of him for the tiny bit of loose skin on his neck, and yet look, his lips are way less lippy than some top winning dogs. He doesn't have any lippiness, but also even with those wrinkles, he flows beautifully. You can't see it with the collar from the neck into the shoulders, and his shoulders are a very beautiful angulation. They're not the myth of the 45-degree angulation, but his structure, which is why his movement is so good, is unquestioned. So anyway, I know most of you are all fans of Asher, but I wanted to actually break down some of his real virtues, especially in light of the propaganda, because the focus on the propaganda, how they're defining breed type, is a moderate dog. That's what they're coming up with, and they use the word moderate over and over and over and over, and I believe that moderate has become a synonym for mediocre in some cases. Some of the dogs are very nice that are, quote, moderate, but oh, and so Asher, here buddy, let me show. Good boy. He's got a deep wide front, which is what the standard calls for, and look, you can see his chest is only right slightly below his elbows, and yet people want to criticize the hell out of him for that. I do know that he has a couple of faults, but again, every dog does, and they're not perfect, so I'm not even going to mention those now. Here, I'm going to let him go for a sec. Ashy, stay close to Mama while I pick up the poo. So anyway, I wanted to do that little educational video about our breed standard and why, actually, my opinion, Asher has enormous breed type, and why he does go out there and pick up these big group wins once in a while. Because again, your moderate dog that they're typically describing is going to do nothing.